There's options to also purchase a new car. We have a free deposit box, and one of the new added value as well is we do also have international transfer unlimited and free for newcomers to send money back to family.
Being a newcomer in Canada, it is very important to find the right financial services in a new banking environment. Scotiabank is one such bank which has dedicated itself to support and guide newcomers to help them create a successful life in Canada. Hello and welcome to My Consultant Interview Series. Today we have with us Wissam Salman. He is the Regional Manager for Multicultural Banking at Scotiabank. Wissam, I welcome you to My Consultant Interview Series.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
What are the benefits that Scotiabank offers to a newcomer?
Well, there's a wide range of benefits that we offer to newcomers. Some of the most popular ones are a free account for newcomers, basically so that he can be worry-free for the first year. We offer also a credit card for newcomers, depends on his status, but they all have free credit card when they arrive with up to a certain limit. We also offer the option to purchase a new house. There's options to also purchase a new car. We have a free deposit box, and one of the new added value as well is we do also have international transfer unlimited and free for newcomers to send money back to family. So those are the main options, the main benefits for newcomers.
Newcomers in Canada sometimes find it very challenging to manage their finances. Some of them are not able to find a job, some of them are not able to pay their tuition fee. So in such a challenging time, how can Scotiabank support them?
Well, Scotiabank, first of all, understands the many challenges a newcomer will face when they arrive in New Canada. I can only imagine the risk that someone would take to just come and settle here and all the challenges that he's going to face. So because of that, we implemented in 2008 a program called the Startright, which, as I explained earlier, the Startright program is designed basically to facilitate their integration into the Canadian system. So by giving them a free account and all the other options, and by giving them access to credit, which was a very big challenge for newcomers, because you need to build a credit bureau, but if no one wants to give you credit, then you cannot build your credit bureau. So this was one of the challenge, and we have actually answered that with the Startright program. It was one of the first institutions to create this program, and by that we hope that it can facilitate the many challenges that newcomers have. Also, we have decided as a bank to invest $500 million into a program called ScotiaRise. ScotiaRise is designed basically to help promote inclusion, and not just inclusion, and also facilitate and help the newcomers settle in Canada with ease. So this also on the money side as well, Scotiabank. And we're talking about, we have all the different seminars that we do trying to explain. Our staff is trained to actually go over the whole and explain the Canadian system that could be sometimes a little bit different than their home country. So the credit bureau, what is a TFSI, for example, a saving account, checking, credit card, how do we use this? So they are trained to actually go over all this with a newcomer in branch. So those are some of the measures that we've taken to help newcomers.
You just mentioned a special Scotiabank program called the Startright. Can you tell us more about what this program has to offer?
Absolutely. Well, Startright is not just about the benefits that the newcomers will have once they arrive here, but it can start all the way up before they even land. So Startright, like I said, it's a whole program designed around the newcomer's journey to Canada. And some of the options that the Startright have is the option to purchase a GIC from back home, which is required for someone who wants to go through the direct stream program and come and study here. So Scotiabank was one of the first financial institutions to offer that GIC. We do have a good competitive edge in terms of staff knowing about this program. We also have the option of international account opening programs. So we have approximately 18 countries where you can just open an account and transfer money before you even land here, so up to $50,000. So that takes a lot of stress away from a newcomers. I can only imagine how stressful it could be to transport $10,000 into, his wallet or his luggage and coming into a hotel. So newcomers have the options to transfer that money from back home in a very simple way. The process takes approximately 5 minutes to do it, and they can transfer money, and then once they arrive here, they can go to any Scotiabank branch, whether it's in Montreal all the way up to Vancouver, and they can just, soon as they arrive, they have basically, the process is pretty easy. Their account, the money is already transferred, so they can just basically spend a couple of minutes with their advisor and have access to that money. So this is some of the main feature of the Startright program, and that makes us very strong with newcomers.
When a bank opens an account for a client, their job is almost done. But if a client is a newcomer who does not know anything about Canada, just opening a bank account is not enough. So how do you support your clients who are new to Canada apart from just opening their bank account?
Well, one thing about our bank is that we're all about advice. Whether it's a newcomer or a Canadian customer, as soon as a client comes in our bank, there's one thing for sure is that we want to give them as many advice as possible. And it's not just one advice to anybody. Usually it's tailored to pretty much the need of anybody that is in front of us. So whether it's a newcomer, usually our advisors are trained to know approximately where they stand in their journey, whether it's a new advisor that just basically landed 24 hours ago, or a newcomers that have been in the country for approximately a year. So their needs will be totally different, and their conversation will be different. A newcomers who just landed, his priority is to open a bank account, get access to credit so they can purchase certain needs. And the newcomers that's been here for a year will be maybe trying to invest, try to open a business, purchase a house. So our advisors are basically all trained to provide that advice to everybody. So we have our program, our tools to be able to accommodate that.
Before giving a credit card or a credit to a client, bank always check the credit history. Can you please elaborate what exactly is credit history?
Sure. Credit history is a very typical North American thing. Credit history is basically your report cards regarding loans. So basically, the better you are with loans, the more if you pay your loans up to date, if you don't have a lot of debt, then your credit score will be high. And if you basically have bad behaviors, you don't pay your loans, and you have a lot of debts, then your score will be low. So what is it going to impact? So when you're going to ask for money, when you want to purchase a house, when you want to purchase a car, then your credit score will be looked at. And if your score is low, then some financial institution or the lender basically will hold back on giving you that money. So and if your credit is high, then it's more likely that the lender is going to accept lending you money. So it's basically a report card with a score that follows you everywhere you go in Canada.
What are the credit amounts that Scotiabank offers to newcomers? And what if a newcomer does not have a credit history at all?
Well, Scotiabank, depending on the status, so for permanent resident, foreign workers, and international students, it's very different. But let's make it really vague. It can go up to $15,000. if someone doesn't have a credit history, that's the beauty of our bank, is that we took the risk to actually give access to newcomers to build on that credit history by giving them access to a credit card. So by getting a credit card, a free one, and doing some regular purchases and paying their debts at those purchases at the end of the month, then he will build a credit history that will eventually give them access to some more loans. And when the time comes and he wants to purchase a house or a car, or have access to do some investments and so on, then that credit bureau will be complete. So even if he doesn't have a credit history at Scotiabank, he can still have access to credit.
Thank you so much, Wissam, for your time, and thank you for sharing how Scotiabank is helping newcomers to make their transition in Canada easier.
Well, it's been a pleasure, and it's always a pleasure to be working with CAPIC and MyConsultant.ca as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today. To watch more such interview episodes, please tune into My Consultant Interview Series every 2 weeks on Tuesday, only on My Consultant YouTube channel. I am Tina Batra, and I'll see you soon.